Yeah, this class is one move to improve armbar, omoplata, triangle, reverse triangle. It's a mechanic that I found is missing a little bit. So I start with the concept of we understand what a triangle is, what shape it is, and the neck is round. If you put a circle inside a triangle, there's always 3 spots where it's not connected. So that's why we're always having to do the adjustments. This came about 8 years ago. I was at a camp, I was rolling, and I got hit with a triangle that I'd never felt so strong before, and I knew the legs weren't closed. So that was like my last roll of the camp. So the next year, I saw this guy to say hi, and I dragged him to the mat. I didn't even say hi. I said, because I've been thinking about it the whole year. I said, you got to show me what was going on. And that happened to be Paul Elliott. So I'll show you the mechanics, and then I'll describe some of the ways to make the mechanics work, because we all do the same thing. Once I show you this, it should make it better and tighter for all of them. And it's actually similar to a class that Chris has done before about just keeping everything as deep as it can get. Okay, so I need an okay. Can I need to? Anybody? Yeah, sure. Okay, so I will go from this angle here. So I'm going to start with just the triangle mechanic, okay? So often our leg comes up, we're making the adjustments to bring him in. What I want to do is you got to get your groin right under the armpit. This is the spot we're trying to fill at the end, so let's do that at the beginning. So to do that, I'm going to come up here, and I should be able to tap him right from here, because there's a very solid connection. So I'm filling this space. I'm going to have my head on the mat, because if my head is off, I don't quite have extension. If I do, I can bridge up on my shoulders. I'm going to straighten my leg, and it's just a little bit of inward pressure, connection, and it's already really tight. Okay, we're going to make it a little bit tighter. I'm going to pinch my knee, drive my hip up, straight leg. I'm going to lean it to the side a bit. The reason I do that is if I keep it straight, Stephanie, that's what's going to happen. Okay, whereas if I come here and lean it to the side, and if he tries to stack me, I can now just make it tighter. He's got to come back before he stacks. Sorry.
That's okay.
You okay?
Yeah, I can tap. I know.
Yeah.
I learned something over the last decade.
Yes. So the mechanic is getting our groin under here for all of these, and then we're going to show how we keep that. Because where it fails is we get it up here, then we drop it to make the next to go on to the next step. So what I want to do is I want to swing my foot over his shoulder as much as possible. Try to avoid doing the back, because if I do this posture up, it's going to be a problem. If it's here and it's over the shoulder, it's a little bit more problematic. Okay, I know it's tight, sorry. Mm-hmm. Okay, so then what I want to do is I want to keep my hips, you okay?
Yep.
I want to keep my hips up. So in order to do that, I'm going to take this leg out, which seems counterintuitive. I'm going to try to push this foot down to the mat. When I think I can't go any further, I'm going to drive my hips up. And that's what creates the tightness. So at no point am I ever coming down. Is that making some sense? Yeah, okay. So we're going to get with partners. You start with a triangle. Pinch the knee, head on the mat, back of the shoulders. Just straighten, a little connection in, and you should be able to get a tap even from here. That should be pretty tight. Okay? Did you need to see that?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so once again, we'll do, for the uninitiated, Canadians like to make everybody happy. So to clap or not to clap. So we've come up with, yes, some of you are familiar. We've come up with the staggered clap. Those who like to clap can clap. Those who don't like to clap, don't clap, but they've contributed to the staggered clap. So, staggered clap. Perfection has been achieved. There you go.
You were poking this one down?
So, what we're looking at here is just the mechanic of this. And yes, it doesn't happen perfectly, but we're going to make some adjustments. But the bottom line is, if you don't get your groin under here, if I do just this, he can posture up, and now I'm going to have trouble filling this space. So we really want to get it here to begin with. This leans in. So if he goes to stack me, I take this foot out, and he's now carrying all of my weight. Okay? So here, shoulder blades, lean in. Okay, if he goes to stack, just take that foot off. It should be pretty tight. And I haven't done anything yet. I haven't pushed my hip up, put my foot down, I haven't closed my legs. Okay, so now the second part of this is this foot, we really want it kind of off the shoulder rather than grabbing here. Because if it's off the shoulder and he tries to posture up, it's really difficult. If it's anywhere along the back and he postures up, it's difficult for me. Okay? So I come here, over, and just let it hang. Okay? So now, I know it's tight, sorry. So I don't want my hip to drop ever. Once it's up, I want you to think about stomping this foot to the ground. When you can't stomp anymore, raise your hips. And I should be able to tap them from there. It should be a really tight choke. And you can see the arm bars there as well. Okay. So the mechanic we're going to work on now, getting up tight, lean over, get comfortable in taking this leg out and hanging all your weight off of this leg here. Okay. I just dropped my hip so he doesn't die. Okay. Thank you. Up. Think about pushing this foot to the mat. When it can't go down anymore, drive your hip up. And it should be really tight. So I often have people say that I can't get into this position. But I saw every single one of you guys walk in here. So we step, the foot goes behind the hip drives forward, and we stand. So that's all I'm asking you to do. I ask you to push that foot back. When you can't push it back anymore, drive the hip forward. It's the strength of the hip which holds you on top. And then you'll see it's like a superpower. This leg needs no strength to come over. It's when this leg starts to come over and we don't have control over the top that we drop our hip and then we loosen all that. Does that make sense? Okay. You can see that? Are you okay?
I think it should be fine.
Yeah. All right, let's give it a shot. Stagger clap. So pinch, yeah. So and retract your shoulders too, because So this leg needs to be straight. Straight and just here. So just.
I have to find the angle already.
No.
Yeah, so
No. Head on the mat. Hips up. Just turn this leg just like this.
the pressure.
And just lean it in.
Yeah.
Okay, see he's off center. Okay, so now take the other foot off.
No, I have to have a wide
So
stance.
think about stomping this foot to the mat. Stomp it to the mat, head on the mat. Stomp it. Yeah, now just lift your hip up. Let go of the arm. Lift your hip up. Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah.
I think expose the arm.
Oh yeah, the arm's there, but look at his eyes.
Yes.
It is as tight as it gets. And you didn't lock, you didn't squeeze, you didn't do anything yet. Ridiculously tight. Yeah, have your head on the mat. Head on the mat. Head on the mat like this. Yeah. You'll start to pick up on it a little bit more as far as where you're failing, and it's usually the hip drop. So again, we need to stomp down, drive the hip forward, and that carries all the weight so that there's no weight in this leg so you can do whatever it is that you need to do. Okay? Nice. So the same mechanic applies to to however you do your armbar. Okay? So however you get in the armbar position, if it's here, same thing. Onto the mat. I want to drive my hips up, foot down, drive it up, and then we just have, takes very little, okay? So we're going to do the same mechanic here. We're going to do it for the omoplata, same, and reverse triangle, okay? So however it is you do it, I like to scrape upside his body until his shoulder flares. Because the more that I push on his body to try to do this, he's pretty strong. But once it comes up here, he gets a bit weak. There. So now I'm going to think about putting my foot down to the mat, raise up the hips, and it should be pretty tight without. Okay. I'm going to show you the other one for the omoplata as well. Who's the tallest person here? You? All right, let's see if I can do this. So it's the same mechanic, and you're going to see the relation between your groin and the armpit is really important. Okay? So we'll just get into the omoplata position. So you can see there's a distance problem here now. So if I'm just trying to get it from here, yeah, he's gonna posture up. Right? You can see there's a distance problem. Even if I do this, he's gonna posture up, stand up. Yeah, I can't, there's a distance problem. So we're gonna address that. Put the foot on the head. Okay? Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. There's a distance problem. Oh, sorry, go ahead, stand up. Okay. Distance problem. How am I gonna go up as high as I can into the armpit, and I should be able to pretty easily break him down. Okay. That feel strong? Yep. Yep. So same thing. Omoplata. I need to get my groin under here. He's going to want to stand up. Let him carry me. I'm under. Yep, there we go. Same mechanic, just connect under there. Even if you don't get the finish that you look for, everything you do is going to be tighter because you're already under here. So just try your regular game. Just pay attention to the fact that if your groin's dropping, it's going to be loose. Partner's on the bottom. Remind him of that as soon as it's loosened. Okay. Stagger clap. Perfect. So this, try to push this foot down to the mat. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. This is good. This is good.
Yeah.
Okay. Try to push the foot down to the mat. Just a little bit. We don't want him to fall right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Head on the mat. Retract your shoulders. Yeah. Now lift your hips up. Push down. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Okay. Questions or things you're experiencing with this so far?
With the omoplata this time, with two hands I have to grab and bring like the arm here, and with the other one just push, right? Basically.
Well, with the omoplata, so if you come. Yeah. Yeah. So, what do you do to me? They will likely give you.
Can you do it from this side?
Yeah. But start with the regular. You're probably going to start with an armbar or a triangle, right? Yeah, and then they're going to pull out. Then they're going to give it to you. Okay. So come back. This foot, just step on my neck. Pinch your knee. Try to get your knee higher than your foot. Try to get it higher. That's putting that all the way. That's putting downward pressure on me. Otherwise, I can just pull out. So now that I lift up,
And I need to pull your hand, right?
No, you just need to hold it. Hold my hand. Yeah. And you guys, I don't know if you can see the distance under here. There's distance. That's why it's not working. Drive your hip up. Take that distance away.
Sorry.
No, no. Pinch this. Use this to push down to drive your hip up. Yes. Okay. And now you can straighten this leg out. Yeah.
Okay, I was not even pulling it.
Yeah. You have to get up underneath. That's the key to all of this, right? So it's the same mechanic for all of them. And that's usually where it fails. When we transition, we tend to drop. That's why I say think about pushing down to drive yourself up, and it accomplishes a couple of things at the same time. Okay? So I'm going to add one more thing, the reverse triangle, because it's the same mechanic. We're a different position. And if you guys want to rep them out and have some other questions, we can do that. Okay? So I can just use you for the lay down from here. Okay. So let's just go from here. Reverse triangle. Okay. So often, again, his neck is round. We're usually doing this. It's triangle. It's okay. I can do this. I can squeeze. I can get it tight. However, same principle. I bring him into me on the side. Straight leg. Now it's tight. Now I can do it. Instead of just doing this, and pull him in, straight leg. Should be able to tap him without even. And it's a different feeling. It should feel like your head's about to explode.
Yeah.
Rather than this, it's just like, I can do it here. Pull it right in, straight leg.
Oh, yeah, this was worse.
Okay. Same concept. I'm just getting in that space. Okay. Do you need to see that?
No, I think I'm just fine.
Can you jump on? Yeah,
Yeah,
one
okay.
more time, especially the entry for the.
Well, okay, so the entry, so go on your side. So entry for this, a lot of times would be from here. If I'm doing it, I like to give a little Canadian sweetness maple syrup right there. Yes, that's what usually happens. Step over. I'm going to pull him on top of you, kick this leg out so it feels like it's gone, so it's a pillow. Now I pull him in. Pull him in a bit more. Straight leg. Like that. Okay, I can come around and give you a hand.
If it's not working, are you still then trying to get the foot in back here, or are you trying to reposition and just straighten that?
Sorry, how do you mean?
Are you at the end of the reverse triangle? Is it okay to connect, or would you?
So the challenge I have with that is then you've lost all that good connection.
Okay.
That's like the first one that we did where the leg is straight and then you bend it,
Okay.
right? You're losing that. So if that's your strongest mechanic, I would just say that physics isn't on your side in that moment. You have to acknowledge it.
Okay.
Because if you abandoned it and went to a weaker mechanic, you're acknowledging that physics didn't work the first time and now it's even weaker.
So you would just try to pull him in and not go to.
I would. I mean, you can do this for security.
Yeah.
So, okay, we'll go one more time. Yep. So it's here, bring your head there, step over, right? So the challenge where this often fails is that you leave your leg under the shoulder. If I leave my leg under the shoulder, turn into me, he can turn into me. Okay, so let's go back. So when he goes to turn into me now, we're going to kick this leg out. So I'm not holding him up anymore. This is holding him up. This is not. And so when he goes to turn into me, there. Should be done. Pull straight, back. I can do this if I want to just get this to pull a bit more. We'll come back in, but you'll play around with it. Yeah. Okay, staggered clap. Important part is to, we want to have groin underneath this, the neck, and under here, as opposed to trying to capture the top and then making all these adjustments later. So that's the strongest point that I found. and then paying attention to what your legs are doing. The mechanic of pushing your foot down, driving your hip forward, and as you can see by walking, when you do that, this leg is light to bring over so you don't have to drop your hip down. But what we tend to do on the mats is we're here, we go here, and then we say we can't do this. So it's here, forward, drive the hip, and then that becomes your superpower. Okay. Thanks for coming out, guys. It's been a long week and a great week, and especially right after lunch. I appreciate you guys coming out. Thanks for filming, Chris. All right, thanks.
Thank you.